Below the horizon, we should.
Hi guys, I'm here in Plymouth, down in Devon. Yeah, I've taken a little trip back to university. I'm here with Jay and Tom. You might recognise them from videos on Beyond the Point, checking out the Dartmoor plane crashes, firing range and the old mill. If you haven't seen those videos, go and have a look. But yeah, I thought I'd catch up with the old crew, see what's going on, and we're down here in this really stunning area, I think called Wembury, and we're going to be walking along the cliffs here. Got Fort Bovisand behind me, but we're going to be going to some abandoned batteries in the bushes. So hopefully we can find them, and hopefully we don't have to climb and scale some cliffs to reach them.
I mean,
so
you know what's going to happen.
It might, yeah. Knowing our luck, it probably will. So without further ado, let's go and do it. So we've got Fort Bovisand down there, which is privately owned, I believe. Out there we've got the Plymouth Breakwater, but to the right of it you can just see a round fort, and that is the Plymouth Breakwater fort. And again, that was a coastal defence built in the Victorian era. So that's similar to what we're going to go and look at inland.
Okay, so
yeah, we might climb this.
Yeah, just
up. No guys. But yeah, wicked view out to Plymouth.
if it's solid enough to stand on like the cliffside.
True. So here is Lentney Battery. It's the first battery we're going to be looking at today. I'm not sure whether we'll make it to some of the others, but it's a Victorian battery, probably one of the Palmerston fault defences. It's quite similar to a local battery to me at home, East Tilby Battery, in its design. Probably use similar guns, but look, we've just walked straight in here and we've got a gun pit, emplacement, and we've got some sort of magazine storage area, or perhaps some sort of auxiliary building down in there. But good stuff, and it look carries on. I think there's basically two of these sets of gun and room storage, so we're going to go and have a little look. Yeah, so you can see you've got the holdfasts, which are like the screws to hold the gun down.
Yeah, correct. I was just wondering
one that actually been taken off. Yeah, I think that's just been dumped there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we were saying perhaps that's where the ammo came up and got hoisted up from underground into the battery.
Ah, right. Okay.
I get it, that's what I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But then you never know, perhaps they just kept the ammo up the top on this one.
Maybe.
But a lot of them they fed through from underneath. Let's take a walk inside. Look at this, nature's fully reclaimed this. Cool though. Nice bit of abandonment. There we go, wicked. So we're inside. Yeah, I suppose this is a magazine or an ammo store of some sort. Look at this, we've got this sort of arched thing on one side going on. Nice. Quite nice, unusual design actually. And look, guess what we've got here? Cartridge lift. That's what I was talking about. So this is where the shells would have been lifted up via this handle. I'm not exactly sure how it would have worked, but look, it's even got an original spring to spring tension that. Jay's got his lantern, look at that, it's a tea light in there, and it's windproofed by that glass around it. Nice. There we go.
Light by the lantern light.
Adds to the vibe, and it gives a nice smell. Cosy smell.
Gives you an idea what they had to work with, eh?
Yeah, well that's it, there you go. These lanterns, this is probably what they would have had back in the day, or similar. And look here, we've even got shell tested, cartridge tested. Put that down so the spring doesn't get destroyed.
Hey, we've got one of those working lifts over here with the handles still on.
Oh nice.
I'm gonna try this.
Look at it.
So yeah, we found here another shell hoist. There's a difference between this salt and that salt. I believe this one, I think one's just for the cartridges, one is just for the shells, because at this time in history, the cartridges and the shells came separately. So the shell was basically just a big metal bullet, essentially, and the cartridges was the powder, and that would come in a sort of packaging, and you'd load the powder in first, then the cartridge. So that's why you've got these two separate lifts. But you see this in a lot of the batteries of this era. And look, we've still got the handle all on there still, and that looks like it's made out of some sort of rubber. Don't know what it is, but it's still in good nick, well, for its age. Look here. Original painted writing on the shell hoist. Amazing. Looks like there was some electric lighting fitted into this. I'm guessing that wasn't an original feature, that could have been added sometime in the early 20th century, I'd say. But look, it runs all the way down here. We've got these little bits where the lights would have been. And we've got this, the actual wire. Don't worry folks, it's not connected. But there we go. So, let's have a look in here. Some sort of hatch would have been in there, just because they wanted to keep areas where the cartridges would have been handled separate often from other areas. Perhaps this was a lighting passage, so they wouldn't have wanted flames near the cartridges. Whoops. So yeah, that's out there, and then moving into here. Got this room. The paint on this is in incredible condition. The paint on these walls almost looks not brand new, but very new. Maybe it's been redone, but I reckon it's just been really well preserved in here. Look at that as well, ceramic light. Whoops. But look at that. It's like a ceramic light from the early 1900s, I'd say. And they're still here. The boys are taking some photos through there of the lantern. But yeah, I'd say this was a lighting area. You'd have lamps in there and in there, similar to what Jay's just demonstrated. And they'd be covered by glass, so you wouldn't have any naked flames exposed to the cartridge area. And then out here, you'd have the area where the cartridges were handled. Right guys, so we've just been taking some wire wall, steel wall photography, and it's actually worked really well. It took us quite a while to get the wall lit with matches. I don't think we could sustain enough heat to get it sparking. We finally managed to find a way by using some of Jay's tea lights for the lantern, and we took some really cool long exposure photos in there, which I'm going to put on screen now for you to have a look at. Right. Perfect, go for it. Even the camera's tired.
Trust me,
Yeah, there you go. That's the sort of height you want. Yeah. Look at that, yeah. It was short, but it may have actually been fine.
I'm the trouble starter, monkey instigator. I'm the fear addicted, danger illustrated. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. You're the fire starter, twisted fire starter.
what's in here. Not really that much. It's quite a sort of empty looking room, this. Again, you've got the old light fittings up there though. I think we're going to need the flash on for that one. There we go. Jay's getting some shots. Sun's out today for a change. Got a big old metal spiked fence, or I guess this would have been on one of the windows at one point. And then what's in there? Not that much, but we've got these sort of racks along the ceiling, whatever those are. So we've just been in there, taken some photographs. That's all done. Now we're moving on to the next gun emplacement. So I think every gun emplacement at the far end, the round pit, had the underground rooms connected to it for the handling of the ammunition. So this is probably a carbon copy of the place you've just seen, but there might be some original features surviving in this one that there's not in the previous one. Let's go and find out. Look at this. Old electrics in here. That must be signs of later use. And then in here, this is much the same, yeah. Looks fairly similar. Shell hoist has been removed on this one, as has the hoist that was in that corner. Yeah, gone, and it's gone. But the difference with this one is it's a double, so it's similar. Look at that, first aid cross or something perhaps. It's similar to what we've been in, but it goes in both directions. So it's essentially double pit, but there's no particular details of interest. Still a little bit of glass in the light up there. That's nice to see. They're really nice, them lights. Look at this. What is that? 3-inch 70 caliber stowage, Sputnik bleep. See, I looked at that and that writing looked original, but then whatever the Sputnik bleep is not from the Victorian era, so that's probably newer. Perhaps that was added when those electrics were put in the other room. Gonna get some shots here, guys. So we've just checked out the second one. There wasn't all that much difference to that one. There's signs of a few newer fittings, like some electrics, and it also was basically like the same as was with the one down the end, but they had the same thing replicated on that side and that side for the ammunition. Don't know why that would be, because I think there's only 2 gun pits here, and there's another battery down the road from here that I'm not sure if we're going to get time to check it out. But this whole area was heavily defended, so whilst there's only 2 guns here, there would have been a lot more guns all along the coastline here in Plymouth. Solid. There's the gun pit. You can hear the sea. There's the sea, guys, so you've got an excellent vantage point here. I mean, you can see for miles all the way around here. It's a lovely sunny day as well. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And there you go, the breakwater has almost been submerged by the tide. There we go guys, Lentney Battery. The battery is this little underground room area. Not quite sure what it would have been for, but some sort of secondary facility for something. Don't think this would be for the ammunition, because that's all in the buildings that we've just looked round. And what's in there? Looks like there might have been a base for a generator in that corner, but there's no sign of it now. And in there, again, a bit bland unfortunately. Big old blast wall around this to protect it, I suppose, from blasts. There you go. So then guys, cheers for watching the video today. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a beautiful area, as you can tell, and we've seen some really interesting bits of the battery, and we've taken some really good photographs. I'm really happy with those. So don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures. See you the next time.